All right, my beautiful limitless people. Running a few minutes late here, but dealing with technological issues as we know how those go. Trying to get Zoom to connect with my group, but won't let me do that. So, anyways, I'm doing the dual thing like I did last week. So, if you see my eyes going back and forth, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get as much in as possible. But anyway, I am Karin Weiri, licensed marriage and family therapist and breakthrough life coach. And I do a lot of different things because one of the things is that life isn't just one area. We are whole people, and we our each part of us, each part of our life affects the other, right? So, for example, when we're not feeling well physically, then we don't really feel like being with other people necessarily. Or when we're having a hard time financially and we're going into, we're really stressed out, we're worried about money, we're worried about making our bills, we're worried about, taking care of our kids and paying our mortgage or rent and those kinds of things, then it's really hard also to be our fullest best self because, we're so preoccupied with that. So what I do when I work with people, I do all over, look at what is going on. Are we having something going on physically? Do we have something going on mentally? Do we have something going on financially? And are you in a place where you are looking to want to get ahead financially? Because then there are ways and methods that I use that I can show how you can really move yourself forward in your life financially by using some tools that I have. And I'm obviously not a financial planner or anything like that, but I am also actually part of my coaching is also a financial coach. So, some tools that we have just recently implemented in our life as well that is really moving things forward fast for us. So that's really phenomenal. And I can tell you what, life feels totally different being in this space than in the space that we were before. It feels so much more, we feel so much more confident about our financial life, our future, how we're taking care of things, how we're going to be out of debt, done with our mortgages and all of that, and build wealth, which is, for us, it's not about the material things, it's about having freedom. And, when we have freedom, then we don't have to stress out and worry about those things. We can actually have a lot more time to do what our gifts are, follow our bliss, follow our joy, be innovative, be creative, and give back a lot more to humanity. And what the title of this is, what you focus on grows. And I want to share something that happened this weekend, Friday evening, actually. It turned out that there was an outside concert in a town called Altamont here in Central Florida. And so it was music, live music. So we went, it was phenomenal. And it was so beautiful to see how people were coming together. And I'm going to share a couple of the specific things that really stood out for me. For one, it was in a park, and there are these like rows of seats where you can sit, but they're like big steps, and it's right on a lake, so it's absolutely beautiful. And it was in the evening, so while we were having all this music and people, the sunset was happening as well. So there was all of that, and then it was some lively music. The singer, she had an amazing voice, and people would get up and dance, including myself and my honey. And but there was this one woman, and she was out there, and she was dancing, and she really had it going on. And at one point, there was this man that would get up and dance with her sometimes, and sometimes there would be another woman that would come up and dance. And then I loved to see this. At one point, there was this young Black couple that was walking by, and the one lady, she was kind of an older Latin lady, I guess, but I thought she was Caucasian. Not that this really matters a whole lot, but I'm saying these things because of events that are going on in the world right now, and that's the whole point. So, but apparently she was an older Puerto Rican woman. He was, could tell by the way she was speaking Spanish that she's Puerto Rican. So, tall, slender, really fit and in shape. And so she was out there, she was dancing and grooving and going on. And this, young, Black couple, they were walking by. And then suddenly as they were walking by, the woman, she turned to face the older Latin woman who was dancing and started dancing with her. And they, did whatever kind of Latin dance that was going on and did this whole thing and for a little bit, and it was just so beautiful. And then everybody was clapping and going on. And I just again want to share that because this is what's going on in the real America. We can focus on division and whatnot, but when we focus on being human beings and sharing joy and kindness and compassion and live and sing and dance and share joy, guess what? I can tell you I felt so uplifted after that evening and even into the next day, because we have been dancing as well. And I just absolutely adore dancing. And it was this whole effervescent feeling that I had. I could feel, my vibes really had been raised significantly. And with that is what really, it really spreads out into the world and into the space around you. When you are in that space, you are really giving off a whole kind of energy that other people will benefit from as well, including yourself. You are boosting your immune system. You are in a much better space for yourself and the people around you, for your family and everything. So as there's so much stuff going on in the media about whose lives matter and whatnot, and personally, I think all lives matter. And I think that the more that we focus on being together in the way that I witnessed and I was part of, like especially Friday. I do that all the time, but we don't always have live music and dance going on that really enhances everything. But I would encourage you to focus on that and be that, if it means, it's little things, hold the door, smile at somebody, help somebody pick something that's off of a shelf that's too high for them, or whatever it is, say a funny joke, those kinds of things. And focus also on, if your life isn't where you want it to be, another really great exercise is to go ahead and write out how you want your life to be, the relationships, your financial life, your professional life, your social life, the way you want it, as though you're already living it. I am so grateful and happy because, I got to spend time with my best friend and we got to travel. We're in this beautiful place up in the mountains and we're hiking and having a great time and at the fireplace, just relaxing with a nice glass of wine and whatnot. I have the love of my life next to me and those kinds of things, and really write out how it feels to be in this space, that even though right now it's in the future, it's something that you're imagining that you want to have happen. But as you write it, the way as though it's already here, and you start to get yourself into the feeling mode of what it's like to be in that space, you So here's the thing is that it's like architecture. You know, you can't just slap up a house. You have to start with something. You have to start with a drawing so that you know what the heck it is that you're building. You need to know what kind of materials and all that good stuff that you need. So it starts with an architect. It starts with a thought. And then the architect, you know, puts the thought on paper, and then they show it, and then they go on from there. So this is like you are the architect of your life. And and so by doing this process, so you are seeing what you want, and you're drawing it out in words. You can draw it too if you want, draw, paint, whatever, if you're creative and artistic and want to do that, and put it on paper. And so that's the thought that puts it out there in the universe. Then the emotions, as you start to get really into how it feels to be in that space, to have the things that you're writing about and wanting and whatnot, the emotions is what draws it to you magnetically. And I can tell you that I did this exercise many times over years. And I can tell you that it worked. You know, I was specifically writing about, you know, having my loved one in my life. And it's incredible because, you know, I have this man in my life who has every little thing in there that I ever imagined and thought and wrote down, all the way down to he enjoys dancing and he grows spiritually and he takes care of his body, and then, you know, he eats healthy and likes to exercise and likes to bicycle and likes to kayak and all this. It just goes on and on and on, and it's just unbelievable. So there truly is power in focusing on what it is that you want, as opposed to, I'm so lonely, I don't have anybody, I don't have any money, you know, I don't get to ever go out and do anything. Well, the more you focus on that, that's what you're going to expand. So again, as always, I encourage you to go ahead and do this exercise. And you're not going to write it down and immediately it's going to happen. Probably not. Now, if you do, you have some seriously excellent manifestation powers, and you go for it. But don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen immediately. Just keep at it. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, because this is also part of your journey of growing and becoming that person that that's ready for this life. So that is my Tuesday Live for today. What you focus on is what will grow. I love you all. Have a fabulous, fantastic week. Hey, Tamara, thanks for jumping on. So I hope you have a fantastic week. If you want to hit the replay, I have some specific examples and some experiences that I had this weekend. Thank you. And it was a lot of fun. Good morning, Andres. How are you? I'm actually just getting ready to jump off. So, all right. Well, have a great day. I have a client in about 13 minutes that I need to get ready for. So see you later. Bye.